Okay, so let's continue with this plumbing project. I think what I'm going to do now is create a vent system for this bathroom. This is my waste. Let's call that out using some annotations. Let's see, this is 2-inch. I want the leader, but I want to, you can either use an attached end, which is this, it's attached to it. There's no, you can't move it around. I mean, it's kind of rigid. Okay. I don't like to use that one. I've never used it, as a matter of fact. Or you can annotate, and you can use a free end, which is more practical. Okay, so this is your 2-inch. It comes down. You can kind of go over here like this, and just kind of call it out like that. So the pink is the waste. But what I want to do is create my vent system for these 3 fixtures, for the floor drain, the water closet, and this is a clinical sink, because this is more like a clinical bathroom type. And I'm going to bring my vent down in this wall. Okay, so let's do this. This is going to be my vent piping. This is a vent connector. I'm going to go over, and there's just 2 parameters that I need to keep track of. And it is this one is going to be my pipe types, and the second one is going to be the system type. I'm going to change that sanitary sewer to vent. Even though it's coming off of a vent connector, Revit doesn't recognize it. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I think it depends on if I continue looking at vent system. Let's see, if I do this vent system, this is the vent on this side. Let's see if it defaults to the vent. No, system type is going to be sanitary sewer. Maybe if I do PI and do a vent system here, let's see what happens. I want the system type to be vent. It's going to be a little bit under 1 foot. This is just a test to see if I can get Revit to default to a vent system coming off of my fixtures, my plumbing fixtures. Let's see what happens. Do I have a vent? Okay, so that's the vent. So I guess the way you do it is kind of just put it out here in space, and whatever was the last Revit is going to see that. So now I'm hoping that once I get to the floor drain, it's going to default to the vent, because I'm not going back and forth between one system and another. So I guess that's just the way Revit works. So at this point, I'm at this level of my plumbing fixtures, but I want to get into the ceiling space. So up here in my middle elevation, I'm going to change this to 9 feet. And as you can see, something is happening where I don't see the 9. And so a lot of beginners and folk who just starting out with Revit will say, well, what happened to my pipe? I mean, it's not going up to 9 feet, or I can't see it anymore. So what's happening now is there is a view range that I need to look at, and it seems like it may not be as high as I want it to be. So I'm going to turn my links and turn it off, so I'm not accidentally clicking into my onto this environment here, so that it highlights my model. Okay, so if I unclick it and I highlight and I click inside, let's see, if I do that, click the model, it's going to highlight. Okay, so if I turn the link off, which is now, it's off. And if I click here, it doesn't highlight, okay? So it's always a good idea if you're not using, if you're not trying to find information on your linked model, just kind of turn this guy off, okay? But if you want to know what kind of stairs these are, what kind of walls, what's going on, turn this on, right? And hover, you want to hover and tab, and just to find out what those are. An exterior rain screen, okay, with installation. Okay. And okay, so for now, because I'm not wanting to use it and I wanted to accidentally click it so that it highlights, I'm going to turn it off. So yeah, for the floor drain, I want to make sure that that vent is defaulted. So now what I was going to do was look at the view range, right? And view range is not going to be high enough, which is the top here. I'm going to change this to 10. I'm guessing, but what you can do, because this is level 3, I can go to my section view, right click and show that section for section 3, just here, okay? So what you want to do, you want to, this is level 4, and level 3 is below it. This is a floor. Let's turn the model selection back on, highlight, and that is a floor finish. So your height for level 3 in this area, I would say, let's just take a look at it. DL, that's a direct detail line. Looks like it's 12.6. I can go up that high, okay? The level below, which is going to be, where's my, this is the view depth, okay? That's below the level 3 in this case. This is -5, okay? But I know I can go up higher than 10, so I'm gonna put that at 11, okay? So let's do that. Let's come back and continue with our vent piping. So we see this, I'm going to make this wireframe so that I can see the dimensions, because it's going to be very hard to see the dimensions in this mode, okay, this realistic mode. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You see, so now I want to go up in the ceiling 9 feet, it's middle elevation, but I want to come off. I can see the 45 degree. I can see that. Now, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a dimension, see the 35, 39. I don't know if you guys can see that. But I'm going to turn this off. Okay, let's do this again. Draw a pipe at 9 feet. Okay, that's just going to, and now you can see it. That says 45. Okay, that's the 45 degrees. So let's go back. And now it's up in the ceiling space at 45 degrees. It's 9 feet. Let's go over here to the middle elevation, and it's going to say 9 feet here. So I'm going to come out a little bit because I want to go out to the wall area, wall space, maybe about right here somewhere. Okay, so that's in the wall space. I'm going to use this 2-inch vent coming off of my toilet. It should say vent. No, it says sanitary sewer. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. It's just kind of a couple of steps. I don't like to use, I would rather not use these 2 or 3 steps, but that's the way it is. That's just the way Revit works. So I'm gonna come around, go here, and come here. And now what I want to do, I want to make this a riser to go up and down. I want to go down to the parking level, and I want to go up to the hardscape on the roof, okay, which is above level 5. So here, what I can do, I can choose you know what I'm gonna, there's a couple of ways to do this. I can draw a pipe, come over to my middle elevation and choose 100. Okay. Come back into this, my floor plan environment, but pick apply. Go back up and pick apply. And this is gonna be a riser. Okay. Where's my, okay. That's gonna be the riser going up. So we go to section 3, and that's our riser going all the way up through. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it here, because it's like a top of parapet. Okay, so that's the parapet. And I can get to that later. It's gonna be much later when I get up on. Well, a few times I'm gonna go up on the roof, but for now, I'm going to modify this and split it because it doesn't need to be that high. Let's do this, and I'm going to delete all of this. So that's the vent riser. And what I can do, I can also go down. Let's see here. Okay, from here, I can go down to the basement or parking area. Let's go all the way down. This is the parking. Okay, let me do that again. So that's the parking area. So I'm going to go all the way down so I can pick up use that vent riser. And I can go in and trim that later once I go down to, parking has no, well, let's see. So parking has no plumbing fixtures that I need to bring up, okay? So the vent's not gonna go all the way down, even though that's it. Where is it? Where's my vent? Oh, I didn't go down far enough. That's okay, I'm not gonna need to. Sanitary level 1, which is right above, is a level above the parking, and that's our riser. Okay, let's annotate, tag by category, free in, yes, leader, we want this, and that's a 2-inch vent. See, Revit tells us what that is. I like to say these are the smart text. And annotate text, and this will be considered dump text. Okay, that's dump text. There's not a link to anything. Okay, because if I delete this vent, this text will also be deleted. Okay, so if we delete that text, see, the text also is deleted. So that's why you call these smart text and smart text and dump text. So this is going to go at level 1. It's going to be going up. So I'll use the dump text here and just say up. Okay. Let's use the smart text, free in. And for the sanitary, at first level, is going to be up and down. Now, if we go to parking, what you can do, what Revit also does, is I can choose this text, okay, and copy it to the clipboard. Go to the level below or go to a level that you want. In this case, I'm going to go down to the parking area. And this is my sanitary riser. But what I'm going to do is bring down my text that I copied at the floor above and paste it aligned to current view, okay? So align to current view, and it does that. So you can do this with text, you can do it with pipes, you can do it with a lot of other components in your model. There's some, you have to use some caution when you're doing that type of copying. I don't like to copy because you can actually copy an entire plumbing system from one floor to the next. But I wouldn't recommend it. Because a lot of times it doesn't connect. Everything has to be in perfect order if you're going to copy piping material, like an entire system. Like you have a bathroom group on floor A, and you want to copy it up to on the first level, and you want to copy it up to the second level. It's this identical floor plan, right, for your plumbing fixtures, and you have it all laid out, and you want to copy it up to the next level. Just be careful when you're doing that, because a lot of times your plumbing fixtures, if you're counting plumbing fixtures, they don't. And plumbing fixtures is a whole nother argument whether to use them or not. I don't like to use them because they don't propagate through the pipes and through the fittings automatically like they should. So I kind of stay away from it. But if you are, and you're lucky enough, you're going to be disconnected somewhere. And there's so much bookkeeping that you have to do when you're using that type of cut and paste kind of process, that sometimes your levels are different, so you have to use a different type of view range, and there's HVAC on the floor above that's different than the one below, and it can be a shortcut. It can be a shortcut. Let me just say that. It can be a shortcut, but you have to go in and edit. It's not just, let me copy it up to the next level. It doesn't work like that, because there's utilities that's in the way. Let me say, for example, let's go to the first level, on the third level, this level. Okay. So I can take this tab, okay, and go to the level above or the level below. Let's copy it first. Let's go to a level below. Let's go to 2 sanitary. Okay. No, that's not it. What about 4 sanitary? Okay, so that's 4 sanitary. The view range is the depth is too high, I think. So, so this is what I'm talking about. You see? So now, instead of solving one problem, now you got 2 problems. Now you have to figure out why this is showing, and this is a view range problem. I think it's too low, so I'm going to bring it, maybe if it's -2, okay, so that's going to go away. So now what I have on my clipboard is the same configuration that's on level 2, that's on level 3, and this is level 4. So instead of me redrawing it, right, all I have to do now is come back. Let's go back to 3. Go back to 3. Okay, let's paste, let's copy the clipboard, go back to 4, paste the current. Okay, it's going to be here. So it can be faster. So, but just be careful when you're doing it. You have to go in and look at what type of, say for example, let's look at the HVAC. HVAC here. Okay, that's not a problem. In the first level or third level, HVAC, HVAC, and it's gonna, it could be the same, or it's gonna be different. But when you're making these shortcut moves, right, using the tools that's available, and there's nothing wrong with that, but just be careful when you're doing that, even though it's available and it's nice when it works. So just be careful when you're transferring that type of information over from one floor to the next using your copy and paste tools. Okay, I think that this one I'm gonna turn off my HVAC part, and this is gonna go here. Okay, so now let's go back to, let's get this floor drain vented. Okay, so that's the vent, floor drain. We got a vent? Yes, we do. So I'm gonna go here and go here. Okay, now, so I have my three. Let's align these up. I'm gonna go here, and there's a way to align these up. You just have to look at this information, and there's gonna be a small dot here that I can use as a reference so that I can align my other pipes with it. So I'm gonna go to Modify, Align, and go here, look at the small dot, go here, and do the same, but not the same. I can use this pipe as a reference for this pipe because it's all connected, right? Which is a little easier. It's easier to see that line than to see that dot. They are both birds, I am told. Okay, so now that we have that, what I can do now is look at my section view so I can connect my vent. Okay, let's change this to a wireframe so I can see. Oh, okay. What happened? Why is that? That's not connected. Okay, what am I doing here? Okay, so I need to rotate my section view, and I want to look west, which is 90. Let's go back this way. Let's look at my section. I'm still not getting it. Where is it? Okay, it's here. I must be on a different level. Here, okay. So now, just bring that. Okay, so everything looks good now. So that's the vent piping. Let's go to, can I go to my 3D section? Okay, so this is a 3D section that's open. So if I close, maybe I can see fixture units. I shouldn't be doing this, just out of habit, just to see if the fixture units are being counted. I'm gonna erase this. Must be something. Oh, I know what that was. That was the cut and paste that I did. Okay, let's see if it's counting fixture units. Nope. I'm not surprised. Is it counting fixture units? There's 6 fixture units in this clinical sink. Oh, that's drainage fixture units. Yeah, okay. So drainage fixture units is 6, okay. And vent fixture units, 6, okay. Okay, so yeah, that's why I don't count the fixture units, because Revit doesn't wait a minute, that should be open, and down here should be closed. Now let's see if Revit is doing anything. That's 5. That's not 5, because if that is 6 and that is 1, it shouldn't be 1. You see, that's 2. That should be 3. Wow, I'm gonna have to look into that fixture units. Clinical sink. Okay, so we're just gonna go with the clinic sink. Have an event of 4, 6. Where am I? 6 fixture. Okay, I'm gonna get off the fixture units. Gonna get off of the fixture units because I know it's gonna break somewhere, and it's breaking here. Obviously, that should be 6. This is 4. Or I can't remember how much it is. What is it? 4. So we know that that's more than 1. So I'm gonna stop here, and the reason I came on was to do the vent system. Okay, so this is under the floor. This vent is under the floor because the floor drain is under the floor. Okay, well, it's in the floor space, but it's coming off of the pipes in the floor space. So, but because it's Revit and it's just a representation, it doesn't have to be exact. What I want to do is establish the fact that the floor drain, which has a trap, has a vent. Okay, these toilets are integral traps, so it doesn't need an exterior trap, right? So any fixture that has a trap has to be vented. This clinical sink has a trap, so it has to be vented, right? So everything is connected. So just want to come up and continue with this project. I know it's the holidays, and I hope everybody's enjoying them. So I hope that helped, guys, and I will talk to you guys later.